Ladies and gentlemen, the Victoria Cross for Australia is a preeminent award for acts of bravery in wartime and Australia's highest military honour. It is awarded to persons who display the most conspicuous gallantry, a daring or preeminent act of valour or self-sacrifice, or extreme devotion to duty in the presence of the enemy. The Victoria Cross was created by Queen Victoria in 1856. The medals are all handmade from the same cannon by Hancock's and Company Jewellers of London. The Victoria Cross for Australia was instituted in the Australian Honours System by letters patent on the 15th of January 1991 and replaced British or Imperial Victoria Cross. To date, 100 Australians have been awarded the Victoria Cross. 6 in the Boer War between 1899 and 1902, 64 in World War I between 1914 and 1918, including 9 for service at Gallipoli, 2 in North Russia in 1919, 20 in World War II between 1939 and 1945, 4 in Vietnam between 1962 and 1972, and 4 in Afghanistan. Amongst us here today, I particularly welcome Victoria Cross recipient Daniel Kieran, VC, and representing the late Cameron Baird, VC, his father, Doug Baird. Today, with a presentation of the 101st Victoria Cross to an Australian and the first for a member of the Royal Australian Navy, we pause to honour the service and ultimate sacrifice of Ordinary Seaman Edward Teddy Sheean, VC. Your Excellency, to be awarded the Victoria Cross for Australia, Ordinary Seaman Edward Teddy Sheean, for the most conspicuous gallantry and a preeminent act of valour in the presence of the enemy during a Japanese aerial attack on HMAS Armidale in the Timor Sea on the 1st of December 1942. On this day, 78 years ago, during operations in the Timor Sea, HMAS Armidale came under aerial bombardment and torpedo attack from Japanese aircraft. Shortly after the commencement of the attack, Armidale was hit by a torpedo and began listing to port. 1 minute later, the ship was hit by a second torpedo, which broke the vessel's back, causing the captain to order abandon ship. Ordinary Seaman Sheean, one of the youngest and most junior-ranked members of Armidale Ship's Company, made his way to the stowage position of the motorboat and assisted in its launch. As the enemy continued to fire upon the ship and his shipmates who were already in the water, Ordinary Seaman Sheean decided to forego his opportunity for survival by not abandoning ship and instead returning to his action station to man the aft Oerlikon gun, where he was the loader, not the gunner. Despite being wounded, he strapped himself into the gun and commenced firing at the enemy, damaging at least 2 enemy aircraft. Ordinary Seaman Sheean's actions disrupted and distracted the enemy from strafing and killing his defenceless shipmates in the water. He sacrificed his life trying to save his shipmates, and despite his wounds, he continued firing the gun until the ship sank and took him to his death. His preeminent act of valour and most conspicuous gallantry saved Australian lives. His heroism became the standard to which the men and women of the Australian Defence Force aspire. Ordinary Seaman Edward Teddy Sheean awarded the Victoria Cross for Australia. Accepting the award on behalf of the Sheean family is Teddy Sheean's nephew, Mr. Garry Ivory.